Hey guys, and welcome to yet another speed build. Today, as you know, because the title says it, we are doing a futuristic family home. Specifically, we are doing our next drifter family home. So here it is. We are on house number 4 in the Drifter Challenge. If you haven't watched it, feel free to do so. The next part will be coming up tomorrow, and we will be playing in this new house. Well, a slightly different version of this house. As you can see, I've started off with our drifter family here. So we have Amir, and we have Sofia, and Amir is an alien, by the way, and Sofia is going to be the best possible scientist she can be. So it was suggested that maybe we could do a futuristic build, so that's what we went with for this house. Each house is just so fun to do. I think it's the best challenge there is to do personally in The Sims. There has been no other challenge that someone has done that has kept me this entertained, because each house is basically its own challenge, all wrapped up. So this challenge, we have to do get to the top of the scientist career, max the rocket science skill. I think, do we have to max logic? I don't think so. We also have to build a house worth, I think, 50,000 simoleons, 2-bed, I think 2-bed, 2-bath, I think is the criteria. But loads of other things, and then raise a heir to a young adult stage. And we have to do all of this before the heir does get to young adult stage, because as soon as they hit young adult stage, you can't play with your main sim anymore, which is Sofia, and you need to move on to the next house. If you haven't completed all the challenges by that time, fail is what you've done. So with this challenge, hopefully we should be having kids soon. The next part is coming up tomorrow, but spoiler alert, you guys voted in the poll for who you would like Sofia's husband and baby daddy to be, and you guys voted for Amir. 45% of the vote, so not actually the majority, but with 45% of the vote, Amir was the winner chicken dinner. So that part will be coming up tomorrow. Spoiler again, it will feature the romance festival, so tune in for that. But yeah, I really wanted to make this house look as futuristic as possible. Actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I've completely forgot, but this house was actually inspired by a piece of concept artwork, as in a concept building just made out of card and I think acetate for the windows. You know, the inspiration probably ends up looking nothing like this, but I just thought it might be good just to kind of insert that picture. So I'm going to make sure I put that in. I'm going to go and find the artwork and put it in. Should have been or should still be on your screen right now. But yes, you know, loads of questions that I get are what inspires me, where do I get inspiration from, you know, what architects do I follow, things like that. So I just want to say Pinterest is your best friend. Always go on Pinterest. Before I start any build, I am on Pinterest for a long time. I'm not someone that can just open up the game and just start building. That is not me. That is not me in any part of my life. Just winging it. It's just never going to happen. So, yeah, I like to plan things out. The only thing I did was kind of take inspiration, but it really was actually probably the build that I played around with the most. The version that you're seeing being built here is actually the second version, because I built this and kind of worked it out off camera because I knew it was going to take me a bit of a while to work it out. So I did that off camera, and then I knew kind of what shape I was going to go for. It still actually is different to the first one that I built, because whenever I build something twice, I always end up changing something. It did actually have, I think, 2 levels on the right hand side where the rocket is. It had 2 levels, and I completely got rid of that entire level and put the rocket there instead, and I think it works out so much better. But we're here doing a tiny bit of landscaping. I wanted it to be pretty. It's futuristic build. I see futuristic as minimal, so not the normal clutter that you would see in lots of my other builds, and just keeping it simple. I really wanted to put these fountains in, some lights going around it. Pretty basic landscaping and minimalist to the core. Well, apart from this little bit, I do kind of fill this up. Well, I still managed to get my favourite sized up irises in. Wouldn't be one of my builds without sized up irises. Sorry if you can hear what is it? A police car in the distance. I've got my windows open. It's still hot here in London. Today was not too bad, but tomorrow is going to be, well, as you're watching it, then today it would have been 34 degrees Celsius. And boy, I'm not going to like it. And I haven't even got a fan. No AC, no nothing. I think I might melt. So I thought I'd better get this voiceover done this evening while it's cool and my computer can handle it. So yeah, but at the end of the year, I'm going to get a iMac Pro. I'm like literally counting down the days. It's out in December. So I've got a long while to wait. Oh my God, I can't believe they announced it like 6 months before it's out. Oh. Well, at least they announced it and I didn't go and buy myself a new iMac, because then I would have been really annoyed. So many times I've gone and bought new technology and then another version's come out straight away. Oh. I've actually sent back an iMac before for doing that. Before I could even get the iMac to my door, because I had it built on the website and then delivered, they'd come out with a new iMac. So literally accepted it and then processed the return. Luckily with Apple you can do that actually, so winning. So on the outside here, I've managed to actually keep in all of the colouring of the different walls. I normally cut that bit out to save time, but because this is minimalist, this took me a lot less time than usual, which I was very, very surprised by. I didn't realise it as I was building it until I looked and saw how much I'd done. So I think probably getting all of this outside done and everything took me about 50 minutes, which for me is a Christmas miracle, because boy do I take ages. But and even when I know what I'm going to build, even if I've planned it out, it still normally takes me ages anyway. So yeah, but we managed to keep all of this in and went with green. Don't normally use green, I don't think. And all of the wallpapers on the outside are base game. But yeah, we just wanted to use a kind of mix of the windows. I went with clear windows to start off with, and then I did a slight blue tint. Those are basically an architectural feature. If you haven't got Peacemaker's windows, then I suggest that you do, because I've used those. They're custom content windows, because you can't always build something in multiples of 3, and that's how big the windows are. So I've done that. But those windows on the top level there, they are one of my favorite windows to use, because they literally are just like a texture on the side. They just make a feature wall, which is bonus. They are windows and they are beautiful. So I always like to use those, but you can only use them on a medium height wall. So I could actually only utilize them on the top floor. I think the bottom floor is medium, and then we've got 2 super tall stories, and then this one is a medium. Because it just needs to be, it's all about proportions when you're building. So sometimes you just gotta, sometimes I sit there and just play around with making the walls different heights and see what happens. So yeah, here on the outside, I'm going to build just a little cozy, romantic little area with a fireplace included, and still more of those windows just to kind of add a little feature, just something to break up the space. And yeah, it's just a nice little seating area out here. We've got the rocket ship, what's it called? Jungle gym? Yeah, that's the one. For when we have kids. We haven't actually had kids. We aren't pregnant at all. Yeah, so that child standing there is just basically trespassing on our property. He is nothing to do with us. So don't think there's been some development and I've pre-recorded loads and you're like, what? Who the hell's that? No. So yeah, we haven't had kids yet, but we will be having kids with Amir. I know if you've been watching my Drifter Challenge, you'll know that I said I wanted the heir for this house, from this house, to be male. Well, I kind of changed my mind because it's going to be an alien. You know, if you have a half alien in The Sims, then they have like blue skin or purple skin. Well, I want this heir to be like fierce, and the only way I know how to make someone fierce is for them to be female. So that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to make them a female sim. But I did kind of do a sneaky peek of the rules that are in house number 5, and you actually start the challenge with 2 sims, so the heir from this house, and then you create a random sim or download one from the gallery. So that'll be a thing. I'll be asking maybe for you guys to create sims to move in with the heir that comes from this house. We don't even know who they are yet. We don't have a name, so that'll be in a while. So I'll let you know closer to the time. But yeah, so we've moved into the interior. With this is the master bedroom on the top floor. I do this in a very kind of colour pop palette. This is the first room that I did decorate inside of the house, and I did it really, really bright. But for some reason, when I went to decorate the rest of the house, I just didn't do it as bright. So I do come back and change the colours in here. It's more of a muted palette throughout the house. Concrete walls throughout, same floor. That is the high-end concrete, and it's kind of got a greeny tinge to it, which I like. Just wanted to add a bit of colour rather than everything just being grey. I just wanted to add a touch of colour in there. Yeah, and I use base game bed. I thought that looks really futuristic, but chuck the custom content blanket over the top and you're just like, yes. You can't even see, I don't even know what the duvet cover is underneath there on that bed, but I just picked what headboard colour I wanted. So, and I had to use this beautiful artwork from City Living because anytime I can, I will. And I managed to use this huge wall here from Dine Out, which I was kind of proud of. I used that also in, I think, oh, what was the build? The luxury beach retreat, I used that as well. And in another build, what is it called? Tank, the seafood restaurant, I used that. But I love that wall, any chance, and I will use it. But it's pretty difficult to use in your builds. But I managed it, so I'm pretty happy. Anyway, this is the master bathroom. Pretty like long, narrow room. But I wanted to make sure that we had an ensuite up here. I think we got an ensuite here and an ensuite for the second bedroom. And then we have a shared bathroom on the level down below. But up here, there is a nursery, and then downstairs is the second bedroom. So there's actually 3 bedrooms in total, but the nursery is pretty small. So I think we're only going to probably use that till the child is maybe a toddler or something. And then when they age up into a child, we'll probably move them downstairs into the bigger room. In this challenge, we also have to move in an alien to live with us, but I think basically I'm going to play the whole challenge and then move in an alien on the last day just to complete the task. I see no reason why an alien needs to live with us the whole entire time if we have only small rooms. So yeah, our kid can have an ensuite room, have plenty of space, and then this one could probably be, I don't know, Well, we never know how many kids we're going to have. Yeah, you do never know how many kids you're going to have. I don't think in the next house you can move in somebody that you already know. I think you have to create them. I think they have to be like from scratch. They can't have any skills. So, yeah, we can't have a sibling and move them in, unfortunately. But I'm so looking forward to just getting on with this challenge and flying off in a rocket. We do use all of our money on this. So yeah, we started off here on this lot, and I do have to move it into a completely different save as we move forward to finish off the build because we ran out of money. But I made sure to do all of the rooms exactly as they will be in the end, so I didn't use any cheaper furniture than I normally would. I think we probably need another 50,000 simoleons to buy this house that you'll see at the end. So we have a kind of reduced build for the Drifter Challenge. I think we've got the kitchen and dining area done, we've got all the bedrooms done, and the en-suites, but we haven't got the bathroom, the living room, what else? Maybe the hall, and also I put a hot tub in, so we haven't got that one either. That was a bit of a luxury, but I've not scrimped and saved on any of the furnishings that are going in. So we're still in the original Drifter house, just going through and putting in the kitchen. So I've used a base game kitchen. I think this looks pretty futuristic. Please excuse the lines on the floor for some reason. In gameplay, I think there's a wall down below. For some reason, it puts these lines on the floor. Have no idea why, but it does that. But whenever you zoom in and out, they disappear and they come back. And so that is a glitch in the game. That has nothing to do with custom content because the floors are not custom content. They were in-game. So got no idea why they are going through and creating lines upstairs, but anyway, so we're moving on to the dining room. I already knew what I was going to do in here. You saw there that there was the dance floors already put there, but you can't actually build on top of those for some reason. When you go to put something, it thinks you're putting something downstairs, so you have to move those out of the way, build everything, and then put them in last. But I knew I wanted to put those. I saw a picture on Pinterest and it was like a cantilever swimming pool. So actually the swimming pool was above, so say that was a swimming pool there and you could see down below into, I don't know, a seating area out in the garden, but I actually did it the reverse way around, so we can see down into the pool down below. Just another feature, futuristic-y. I could have done more, maybe like coloured lighting would have been kind of cool. I always think that's futuristic. I've done a futuristic like reception area, living, dining room, kitchen area, and that was just lighting galore. But not in this one. We just kept it really, really light, bright, and I have to say, I'm so happy now that I'm doing fly-throughs, especially on this build, because the lighting in this build is just ridiculous. Like, that is not something that a screenshot can capture, the way that the light moves through this building. Because there's so many windows, it's just like, oh, stunning. And especially because the windows have that pattern on them, then you have like these unusual light shapes coming through onto the floor, and just oh, I could literally just look at the light going through the window all day in this build. I've got to say, I think that's probably my favorite thing that has been added into the game, like for free, the whole updated lighting. Actually, no. Do I prefer the lighting or do I prefer toddlers? No, I think toddlers win. So my second favourite thing that they've added into the game in a patch has got to be the new lighting engine. Just look at the lighting coming through the window. Kind of obsessed. What can I say? Yeah, so I think now we have actually moved into, we've totally changed lots now. We are over in my normal build save. on a completely different lot. So you'll see in the background that there's going to be loads of old, like, suburban houses, whereas before we were just in a completely empty world. Yeah, I tried using this. No, get rid of it. Yeah, so this bathroom is not in the drifter house at the moment. It's a completely empty room. But what I plan to do is, as we get money, I will just literally copy the room out of this house and then just place it into the house that we got. So we've already got the thing fully furnished, ready to go. We just got to drop each room into place as we get some money. Yeah, so at the end of this, I only had like 125 simoleons left for this build. Well, no, for the family after I'd done this build, so we are kind of broke. I've recorded, well, let me tell you a story. I recorded 2 parts of the Drifter Challenge, and because I'm trying to pre-record videos for the next couple of weeks because I'm going to be away at Wimbledon, but also because next week I'm going to be doing a cake, so I know that I can't get any pre-recording done then, so I have to do it all this week. But yeah, I was recording Drifter Challenge. I'd done 2 episodes. In fact, I was closing and saying thanks for watching on the 3rd episode, and then my computer completely froze. You can go back to the desktop and it will just be a white screen. It happens sometimes, and I just have to go to log out, but then I can cancel logging out and it sorts it. I think it must be the Sims freezing the rest of the game. Like, if you go to the desktop, it's just a white screen, just completely white. If you hover over to open up a window, like a different program, it will show the preview, but when you click on it, it still won't show. It'll just still be the white desktop. So yeah, I lost all the progress I'd done in those 3 episodes. I thought, oh, well, I've only lost 1 episode. No. Silly me, hadn't saved in between episodes, had I? So I lost all the progress, so I'm going to have to play through, catch up, then record the next 2 parts that I need to for while I'm gone, and all that jazz. But anyway, yeah, so super happy minimalistness. I don't know how much longer I've got to go. But yeah, we have got another fly through on this one. So happy with fly throughs now. They make your build look so much nicer. The photos, like the screenshots, just don't do your builds justice, if you get what I mean. So yeah, it's like, I know you can see what I'm doing as I'm building, and you can see, it's a 3-dimensional thing and you can see what I'm doing as I'm building, but the screenshots sometimes they don't get it. You're trying to fit loads of stuff into one shot, and then you just end up making it look terrible. But I have to say, when I was trying to do the fly through in the top level, it's one of those weird levels. For some reason, sometimes in The Sims, it's like, if you go down low in the camera, it's too low, and then you go up one and it's just too high. So that's what happened. But we're on to this last little part where we're going to do a lovely little hot tub, and now we're into the fly through. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys.